All right, let's look at problem 20.12, which is just a trigonometry problem, which does not mean it's easy. These can get tricky. And part A says we want to solve this equation, and I think they ask for 4 values of x that make this true. Find 4 solutions. So we want 4 different values of x, that if we take the tangent of whatever x is, of 2x squared plus x minus 1, we're going to get 5. All right, so first let's make sense of what this means. So that means we draw a unit circle. And here's our circle. And remember that sine is the y value, right? So it's how big it is here from -1 to 1. And cosine is the x value, so it goes from here from -1 to 1. And tangent is sine over cosine, which is y over x. So tangent is y over x, so it's the slope. So tangent of theta, really there's a theta in here, right? So it's tangent of an angle here. Tangent of theta, tangent of the angle gives us the slope. So we have a slope, tangent of some angle here, theta, is 5. So what in here gives us a slope of 5? What in here would tangent of us gives us a slope of 5? So basically, the slope of 5 is pretty steep. So I'm going to go like this, right? So there's maybe a slope of 5. And it looks like, so this is the angle here. This is theta. So what angle is that that gives us a slope of 5? And of course there's 2 answers. There's this, and then we can go all the way around to here. And this one is it's a straight line. So it's whatever this theta is, and this is what your calculator is going to give you. This one, the symmetry solution is theta plus pi, or 180 degrees, right? Because it's a straight line. So this angle, and then we go 180 degrees, or pi more for this one. So this is saying basically that tangent of what angle, theta, is 5. And so we just take the inverse tangent of both sides and figure out what this has to be. So take the inverse tangent of both sides, this makes that go away. So we have 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals the inverse tangent of 5. If we guessed pi over 2 is 3.14 divided by 2, that's like 1.57. Right, so right here it's like 1.57. So this is a steep angle, so it's going to be a little bit less than that, maybe 1.4 or something, we could guess. But we want the exact answer. And make sure your calculator's in radians. We're dealing with radians here, right? So 1.57 radians, we're guessing it's like 1.4. So I go 5, an inverse tangent, and I get 1.3734. So 1.3734, which again makes sense about there. But that's only one answer. The next answer is that plus pi. And we could go plus 2 pi, and 3 pi, and 4 pi, and 5 pi. So basically the answer is this plus multiples of pi. So writing it again, 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 1.3734. That's the regular solution. And then there's a symmetry solution, which is plus pi. But we could say it's pi times n, where again n is -1, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, all the integers. Okay, so that's our full solution here. So now we have to choose 2 of these. Let's say n equals 0. So that's one answer. So we have 2, so this is one of them. So n equals 0. So this is our n equals 0 solution. And then we have 2x squared plus x minus 1 then is just what we get from our calculator, 1.3734. Put this on the other side, so make it negative, add it to -1, so it's 2x squared plus x minus 2.3734, right? This becomes negative, so negative that plus -1 equals 0. We're going to have to use a quadratic formula, and when you do that, you're going to get 2 values for x, right? So you get negative b plus or minus b squared minus 2ac. So this gives us 2 values. Then we can choose n equal 1 or -1 or n equal 2, right? It doesn't matter. There's an infinite number of answers. Probably we should go n equal 1, what the heck. So let's choose n equal 1 solution. So then we get 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 1.3734 plus pi. So we can add that together, subtract it over here, and then we're going to get 2 more solutions. We're going to get a quadratic formula and 2 more solutions, which gives us 4 solutions. So they just wanted you to see how that works. Just messing around with inverse tangents and stuff and doing some nice algebra. good algebra practice. And seeing the whole infinite number of solution things, that's really important. There's a regular solution your calculator spits out. There's the symmetry solution, which is when n equal 1 pi. But then there's 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. And that's probably why they don't give answers to this, because there's infinitely many answers. Okay, I will let you figure those out on your own. Just the quadratic formula, you can test it in a, you can use computer quadratic formula. You know, there's lots online. Just plug in a equals 2, b equals 1, c is negative 2.3734. It gives the answers right away. That's fine. It's seeing how the trigonometry works. That's important here. Okay, part B is also just a trigonometry problem. So they say what values of x satisfy the inverse tangent of, they're using the same 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0.5. Okay, to get rid of inverse tangent, we take the tangent of both sides. Tangent, take inverse tangent, and tangent get rid of each other. So take the tangent of both sides, then we're just left with 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals the tangent of 0.5. Put your calculator in radians. So 0.5 tangent, I get 0.5463. So 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0.5463. Yep. And so let's see. Put that over here and make it negative. 2x squared plus x minus 1 0.5463, because that's just because negative 0.5463 equals 0. I'll go ahead and do the quadratic formula for this one, since there's only one of them. So x is equal to negative b, b is 1, negative 1 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 1, minus 4. A is 2, c is negative 1.5463, all over 2a. A is 2, so all over 4. Okay, so that's, see, negative 1/4 plus or minus. This is the square root of, let's see, this is positive because it's minus 4, but this is negative, so it's going to be 1 plus something, and that's 8 times that. So 8 times 1.5463 plus 1 is 13.348. So in here is 13.3488 divided by 4. So take square root of that, divided by 4. I get 0.9134. So that's negative 1/4 plus or minus 0.9134. So we have two answers. So negative 1/4, let's do the plus first. So plus, I get 0.6634. So let's say 0.663. So that's 0.663. That's the plus answer. Then we do the negative answer. It's negative 0.25 minus 0.9134. 0.25, 0.9134, and I get negative 1.163. Close enough. Okay, so those are two values of x that make that work. Okay, cool. So that's how you do these. Hope that makes sense. It's all about understanding what tangent means, and that tangent's a slope, and what two angles give you the slope, and really infinite number of angles. Can keep adding pi as you go around the circle or go around the circle backwards. Okay, thanks for listening.